Right now, sitting on a supplement store shelf in every pharmacy in America, there is a bottle of curcumin capsules for $50, 60 capsules, 1 month supply, and there is a fact printed on the back of that bottle that the supplement industry does not want you to understand. Your body absorbs less than 1% of what is inside it. 1%. The other 99% passes through your digestive system, gets broken down by stomach acid, and is excreted within hours. You pay $50. Your bloodstream sees 50 cents worth of active compound. Meanwhile, on a kitchen counter in Chungcheongnam-do Province, South Korea, there is a mason jar that has been sitting there for 30 days. Inside that jar is a paste made from 4 ingredients: fresh turmeric root, raw unfiltered honey, freshly grated ginger, a pinch of ground black pepper. Total cost under $3, and your body absorbs 7 times more active curcumin from 1 teaspoon of that paste than from the entire $50 bottle of capsules. This is not a health claim. This is the chemistry of fermentation. And it is why, a few weeks ago, on a video about the Oxymel tradition, a viewer wrote out the complete fermented turmeric paste recipe in the comments section. Step by step. 242 people liked that comment in the first week. 242 people were asking me to make this video. So today I'm going to show you the exact 30-day ferment protocol, the chemistry of why it works, the 2,500-year-old Ayurvedic precedent, the specific dosing for arthritis, joint pain, and inflammation, and the reason the curcumin supplement industry will never tell you to ferment your turmeric at home. Here is what is happening inside a turmeric root. Turmeric, botanically Curcuma longa, is a rhizome native to the Indian subcontinent. It has been cultivated for at least 4,000 years. The active pigment inside it, curcumin, was first isolated in 1815 by 2 German chemists at the University of Göttingen. Pure curcumin is a bright orange-yellow crystalline powder that has been studied in over 12,000 peer-reviewed papers for anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, anti-tumor, and neuroprotective effects. The problem is not whether curcumin works. The problem is bioavailability. Here is what happens when you swallow a curcumin capsule. Stomach acid degrades the molecule within minutes. The liver's phase 2 enzymes rapidly conjugate whatever reaches the bloodstream into inactive metabolites. By the time curcumin enters general circulation, less than 1% of the original dose is still bioactive. A 2007 study published in Molecular Pharmaceutics, titled Bioavailability of Curcumin, Problems and Promises, documented this exactly. The research team tested multiple delivery methods. Raw curcumin powder delivered 1%. Curcumin with black pepper delivered 20 times more than raw alone, but still only about 2% of the original dose reached plasma. The patented nanoparticle brands, Meriva, Longvida, BCM95, delivered between 5 and 30% bioavailability at $40 to $80 per bottle, but none of them tested what happens when you ferment turmeric for 30 days in raw honey. Fermentation changes curcumin at the molecular level. Specifically, it converts a portion of curcumin into tetrahydrocurcumin, a metabolite that is 3 times more potent as an antioxidant and approximately 7 times more bioavailable orally. Tetrahydrocurcumin is what your gut bacteria produce from curcumin after you swallow it, and it is what makes curcumin actually work once it reaches systemic circulation. Fermentation does this work in advance, before you ever eat the jar. A 2018 study in the Journal of Food Science tested fermented versus raw turmeric preparations and found a 4.5-fold increase in tetrahydrocurcumin content after 30 days of fermentation. That is before you even add piperine, the black pepper compound that further blocks hepatic breakdown. The fermented turmeric paste is not a marginal improvement on a supplement capsule, it is a different drug, and this is not a modern discovery. This is a 3,000-year-old Ayurvedic preparation. The Sushruta Samhita, the foundational Ayurvedic medical text compiled in India between 600 and 200 BCE, describes turmeric honey preparations for arthritis, wound healing, and inflammation. The preparation was called haridra-madhu, literally turmeric honey. Village healers across the Indian subcontinent have maintained this tradition continuously for 2,500 years. In Kerala, in southwestern India, a version called haldi lehyam is still made in every traditional household. In Chungcheongnam-do Province, South Korea, turmeric honey fermentation arrived through Buddhist monastic networks in the 6th century CE and became a winter inflammation remedy passed down through generations. In Okinawa, Japan, the same preparation is called ukoncheya and is considered one of the 7 pillars of the island's documented longevity tradition. 3 continents, 3,000 years, same 4 ingredients. And here is the industry number that tells you exactly why this preparation is not in your pharmacy. $400 million has that is what the US curcumin supplement market generated in 2022 alone. The global market is projected to hit $1.5 billion by 2028, and every one of those dollars is spent on a product that, at best, delivers 20% bioavailability at 20 times the cost of the fermented paste on a kitchen counter in Kerala. The supplement industry knows about fermentation. They studied it. They patented specific fermentation technologies starting in 2015, filing at least 18 separate US patents by 2023. But they cannot patent the 3,000-year-old mason jar version of the recipe, and they cannot stop you from making it at home. Here is exactly how you make it. You need one 4-inch piece of fresh turmeric root, approximately 100 grams by weight, not powdered turmeric from the spice aisle, fresh turmeric root. Look in the produce section of any organic grocery store, any Indian or Asian market, or order it online from any farm direct seller. It looks like a small brown knobby root. When you cut it open, the inside is bright orange. You need half a cup of raw, unfiltered, unpasteurized honey. This is not optional. Pasteurized honey has been heated above 145 degrees Fahrenheit, which kills the wild yeasts and bacteria responsible for the 30-day ferment. Raw honey, the cloudy kind that crystallizes on the shelf, contains live microflora. You need one 2-inch piece of fresh ginger root, and you need a 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. Peel the turmeric with a spoon, not a knife. Grate it fine. Wear nitrile gloves. Turmeric will stain everything it touches for weeks. Grate the ginger the same way. Place both into a clean, dry 16-ounce mason jar. Add the black pepper. Pour the raw honey over the top until the mixture is completely submerged, leaving ½ inch of headspace. Stir with a wooden or plastic spoon. Do not use metal, which can react with the turmeric's curcumin. Cap the jar loosely, not airtight. The ferment produces carbon dioxide. Days 1 through 7, flip the jar upside down once a day. You will see the honey thin to a syrupy consistency as the turmeric releases moisture. You will see small bubbles forming by day 3. By day 7, the honey should smell distinctly pungent, warm, and slightly tangy. This is active fermentation. After week 1, switch to flipping every 2 to 3 days. The active bubbling slows, but the chemical transformation continues. At 30 days, the paste is medicinally active. At 60 days, the flavor becomes deeper and richer. At 90 days, you have the equivalent of a pharmaceutical-grade curcumin formulation that will keep in your pantry for a year or longer. Here is the dosing. For daily anti-inflammatory maintenance, joint health, and antioxidant support, 1 teaspoon in the morning on an empty stomach. Let it dissolve under your tongue for 30 seconds before swallowing. Sublingual absorption bypasses the liver's first-pass metabolism and delivers the active compounds directly into systemic circulation. For acute arthritis pain, menstrual cramps, or exercise-induced inflammation, 2 teaspoons, 3 times daily, with warm water. Take it with a small amount of fat, such as a spoonful of coconut oil or whole milk, to further enhance absorption. For a respiratory infection, early-stage sore throat, or sinus congestion, 1 tablespoon of the paste dissolved in 4 ounces of hot water with a squeeze of lemon, taken 3 times daily for 5 days. A few safety rules. Turmeric has mild anticoagulant properties. If you're on warfarin, aspirin, or any prescription blood thinner, consult your doctor before daily use. Stop all turmeric 2 weeks before scheduled surgery. Do not give raw honey to children under 12 months. If you have gallbladder disease or active gallstones, turmeric can trigger gallbladder contractions, and you should avoid high-dose use. If the paste develops fuzzy, raised coloured mould on the surface, discard the entire batch. A thin white film on top is calm yeast, and you can skim it off. The Sushruta Samhita documented this exact preparation 2,500 years ago. Ayurvedic village healers have never stopped making it. Korean monasteries adopted it in the 6th century. Okinawan grandmothers still serve it weekly as part of a documented longevity tradition. And every year, the American supplement industry sells you $400 million worth of capsules that deliver 20% of the bioactive compound at 100 times the cost. Fresh turmeric root, raw honey, 30 days, $3. If you found this useful, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, because next week I am going to show you the 300-year-old fermented folk remedy that a Massachusetts supplement company tried to trademark in 2012, lost in court after a 7-year legal battle, and still cannot stop you from making in a mason jar for less than the cost of a single cold medicine copay.